Season's greetings and welcome to Two Balls and a Mic, episode 316.
What?
I let you do the thing on a 316 day.
What?
Season's greetings as we will get into some San Diego FC discussions as they move into the next stage. Los octavos de final de la CONCACAF Champions contra Toluca. Wow. After they defeated Pumas de la UNAM in a 4-2 global marcador, the undefeated Liga MX Pumas second place to Chivas. Chivas is Chivas number one.
Technically, Pumas is third place right now.
Okay. Moving into the Coachella Valley Invitational, where San Diego FC went for the CONCACAF Champions League. But San Diego Wave is there right now, and Abe was there, not right now, but he was there over the weekend, catching the latest, not just in San Diego Wave, but the entire potpourri of NWSL offerings in picturesque pitches.
On picture.
On. Cat was on the chair, in the chair, at the chair. Did you do those? You guys ever learn English that way? No?
I barely learned English.
Yes, you did. So we're also going to have our friends from SDFC Nation and Wave Nation on to talk about what they have coming on in our Sarapes segment. And we will also just expect everybody to be there tomorrow at the big event. We're going to go ahead and be MCs. Check out Street Soccer USA San Diego's page for all the information. Rain or shine,
It's going to be fun.
we will be there as this weekend San Diego FC will kick off at Snapdragon Stadium against the Canadians, one of three Canadian teams, Montreal, for their MLS campaign kickoff. It started. We will get to everything about that.
Campaign kickoff. Nice.
Yeah, campaign kickoff. I talked to our boss, our CEO in the unprecedented Unity event. And I was like, "Hey, how's it going, Todd? Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "Wow, this would make a great setting for a campaign kickoff event, wouldn't it?" And he's like, "Yeah, it would." Walked away. No, I didn't. But in any case, welcome to everybody. Ready for the weekend, ready for everything that is coming our way. Coachella Valley is the best. Abe, you were there just kind of before we get into too much NWSL.
How was your drive?
I was sleepy on the drive there. On the drive back, it was a bit better. But then I went through the one way where it was like through the mountains. You're just like going like that. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And then, I had to listen to some music, just what kind of music do you listen to on those type of drives?
FIFA soundtrack. Is it 2005 to the most recent on shuffle?
Yeah. For me, it's just like I'm pretending I'm like in a lowrider, slow, smooth, cruising on a Sunday.
I think if I would have gone
Art LeBeau show.
If I would have made that drive, I would have probably tried to listen to J. Cole's new album. I haven't had a chance yet.
Oh, my girlfriend loved it.
Nice. I can't wait.
She loves every
J. Cole's new album.
Oh,
He's actually coming to San Diego on his tour. I think it's his retirement tour.
he doesn't have to, but okay. He can stay wherever he wants. Abe, I was there. Esteban.
See,
was
I
there.
did that on the way there, but not on the
Took
way
the
back.
10.
I should have done that on the way back, and I did it on accident too, actually. But anyways,
all right. So we'll go ahead and get into some of what we have too. We'll start off the top with goals, gaffes, and greats. Around 8:45, we'll welcome SDFC Nations. The Nations. I think you said that the other day, like, right?
What time is the nation?
Yeah, what time?
us?
Yeah, I think you said like, what time is the Nations joining us? I'm like, that's pretty badass.
Sounds cool.
The Nations.
Yeah, let's get into some goals, gaffes, and greats.
Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we'll start it off the top. We heard, I don't know if he was being nice to us and to our face, but Darren was like, "This is actually my favorite part of the show." He was here a couple of weeks. I was like, I didn't want to confront him about it because I wasn't going to be able
last week.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be able to. Was that last week?
It was last week.
Time is a construct. All right, so we'll go ahead and start off again. Goals, gaffes, and greats. That has to do something sometimes with something San Diego related. Sometimes it comes in the form of San Diego FC, San Diego Wave, San Diego Soccer. Sometimes it's your local links that you send us through the weekend. But let's go ahead and just concede that there wasn't a lot of San Diego Soccer outside of the Soccers and San Diego Wave, but there was a score for San Diego Wave for our goals of the week. All right. Gia Corley, Coachella Valley Invitational. Which goal?
Va con Lundila. Ascanio. Now stretching out wide, back inside, and just like that, San Diego on the board first.
Good goal. You saw the goal live, Abe?
I did. It was a good goal, good build-up. Honestly, really impressive play out of Leah Godfrey all game. Maybe it's because I was sitting on the right side and probably a bit closer and would watch it more clearly, but she's pretty good on the right wing. Definitely not at the level of Delphine Cascarino, but still a solid option up there. And then, yeah, Ludmila, unreal. But just when you have all these players committed up, it's good things are going to happen.
Am I seeing Kimi Ascanio with the number 8 now?
You are. I like that.
That's a starter number.
I like that. I do also like the move that Dudinha does. You know, she plays a complete game, and not just with her legs, but trying to do some trickery and saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and pass you the ball. Moves her hand upwards. Like, para arriba, it's going to go for a cross. No, I'm going to go ahead and go back. Do the smart thing. Work it around. Good second control there. And it looked like a back heel at first. I was like, the back heel. But either way, it's enough for a goal and one of your goals of the week this week. However,
she scored the second goal of that game too. People don't realize that. She was an own goal.
The own goal?
City, yeah. But not a goal, not a gaff, I think.
Not a gaff. I think so either. But
this is what Alicia's talking about. That soccer's goal.
That soccer's goal was fire. What do you mean? Oh, you're probably talking about. Okay, let me set the stage up for you guys. The Soccers went to Kansas City on Valentine's Day, Saturday. They won in shootouts, meaning you went through overtime, 10 minutes, nobody scored. Shootouts, 4 rounds of it because nobody wanted to decide to go. Flew to Denver, which is 2 hours at 1 a.m. our time. Flew to Denver, 2 hours, got off of a plane, got onto another plane, flew to San Diego, 4.5, 5 hour travel after that game, then had to play at 4 p.m. against the Empire Strikers. No legs, no anything. This was supposed to be a win, which ended up being a win for the Empire Strikers. But
who makes their schedule, man?
AI. Cero pedo. AI makes their schedule.
Horrible.
But then the Soccers, with 3:37 left in the fourth quarter, are able to score 1, making it 4-3. And after that, immediately...
The final 3.5 minutes about to unfold in this one. A telenovela, if it's nothing else. Leo! Oh my God! Oh my goodness!
Was that me in the camera?
Oh my goodness gracious! And I salute you!
We gotta replay that. We didn't let Craig get his moment. We have to let him hear that. That was amazing.
It's about to unfold in this one. A telenovela, if it's nothing else. Leo! Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness gracious! You famous Leonardo de Oliveira, and I salute you! Irmão Leonardo de Oliveira!
Oh, there goes Tony with the Brazilian accent.
I salute you. Damn, what a call. What a goal. That was sick.
Soccers went on to lose in overtime. The last 30 seconds, I believe, last couple of seconds. Charlie Gonzalez, the talisman, the guy that's making it happen, the guy that scored TST's $1 million goal this last time with a low, as Sandy would say, a lower body injury, but it was bad.
Out for the season, probably.
We'll catch Soccers overtime on Wednesday at 6 p.m. so you can get the full update.
Are you having Charlie on?
No, we are not. I don't believe so. But good time out there. It was awesome. Yeah, it was absolutely fire. Gia Corley, yes, 2 goals. Craig equally is great. Like it's so cool being next to this dude because like he goes all out like red.
You can hear him coming down at the end of this one too. Like you could tell he had just done a call, and he's like coming down. And
So
then when it happens,
when you start talking, does he like drink a little bit of water, like breathe, heavy breathing?
No, maybe sometimes I'm because I'm got to do my own thing too. In this goal, like you can hear both. Like because he was talking about the telenovela of this game and how crazy it was.
Six attacker has a good.
Okay.
Wherever it comes out.
We're in 4 to 5. But like I just needed to make sure that he saw it. Okay, that's the unfortunate injury. Up the
Both on the
back.
floor right now.
This is overtime.
Brought to you by the Obasi system with the goalkeeper out of the corner.
After that, 4-2 now.
Yeah, but that's how quickly those 2 goals were. Quick succession.
Leo! Oh my God! Oh my goodness gracious! My God! If it's nothing else. Leo! Oh my God! Oh my goodness!
It's like a natural reaction, you know, like when you hear the commentary on like Giovanni Dos Santos' goal against Team Howard, like everyone's like, "Oh yes!" So, I like hearing that. Like that's pretty cool. But yeah, Golazo. These are our goals of the week, and we're gonna go on to our. Do we want to do gaff or do we want to do great? Let's do gaff.
All right. So the gaff of the week is actually almost a week ago. Was it a week ago? Tuesday. Again, you clearly heard me say that. Like
Darren was here weeks ago.
Darren weeks ago, eons ago. But San Diego FC did go over into Ciudad de Mexico, and they battled in the second leg against Pumas de la Universidad Autónoma de Mexico. I believe this is the second half. Has to be unfortunate.
Yeah, it means first half 0-0, second half starts.
They whipped in with the left foot, and it's a good delivery, and it cuts all the way through, and they score.
Immediately after you put gaff,
This gaff defense, like Carlos Cisniega is waiting for the ball to be touched by somebody, and that's a difficult position to be in for any goalkeeper. But at the end of the day, nobody touched the ball. Like that's it's still embarrassing. I know he feels it from there, and then you kind of give him a chance, Pumas, to have some life. And
we're gonna talk about the whole game, break it down, talk about it, because that was one of the worst SDFC games I've probably ever seen. From what I saw, because then FS2 completely took the game off.
Gaff.
Gaff.
Hella
gaff, man. So let's go to our grade of the week, because sometimes it's the same person.
Grade of the week is gonna be Pablo Cisniega.
Yeah, what, 8 saves in this game?
Yeah, he was great in this game. Besides that moment, like there was a couple times where I was watching them through the end, and they were just like, "What's that all?" I get all freaking out and stuff.
One of those moments where you just wrote to the occasion, right? Like he's coming back to Mexico, like eyes are on him, like they have a 4-1 lead. He knows Puma's gonna attack. It's gonna be different than the game at home. He stepped up. He played a great game, probably the greatest game of his career so far till this date. Which is why Pablo Cisniega gets grade of the week. Tony, I think you have a clip of him post-match.
Yeah, we'll play the clip. We'll play the clip here as we start the San Diego FC coverage. But I do, because it's going to get interesting here. A couple of things for San Diego FC, some things that were made to disappear. Some people were made to disappear, Abe. You didn't see that? San Diego FC posted their roster, and then it disappeared.
Really?
Online. Yeah.
Somebody fucked up.
Maybe it was just the numbers,
No. It was their official 2026 roster.
Let me just give you a preview here. Like they went.
So that's a gaff. Oh, I saw that. Oh, yeah, I saw this. I saw that.
It is also a gaff.
Gonzo.
And they deleted it.
Gonzo. You can't. But anyways, those gaffes and grades. turn it over to San Diego FC. What's up? The Dreyer versus Keylor Navas. With that, would that have been a gaffe? Maybe not. Just considering again, just everything in the moment, everybody was gassed. He was done in the first half. He did one sprint, but that was just enough to take him out of the game, just fitness wise. Again, reminder: a lot of these players are coming into the season. This is their second game of preseason, and I think somebody tried to call us out in the comments or somewhere like, oh, even maybe might have been Cremaniacs like, what? Oh, like, oh, la gente estadounidense, the U.S. people are saying, oh, the CONCACAF champions are just a preseason to them. Oh no, blah, blah. Like, no, this is legitimately the second official game that they've played,
and it's before the MLS season, so technically it is preseason.
For sure. So we will get to some of these highlights of the game here. So let's go ahead and do that first before we hear from
same lineup.
Pablo.
Same lineup. I don't think anybody was surprised there. I think the only difference is that Valakari was finally on the bench, and then they had new signing Bryce Duke on the bench as well available, which didn't get any minutes, but only Valakari did end up making some minutes or getting some minutes. So that was good to see because ultimately he's going to be a starter when 100% fit.
Yeah. So we see, again, like you said, the same lineup available in goalkeeping. CJ Dos Santos still not match fit at this point. So Pablo Cisniega, who has that experience as a Mexican goalkeeper, the standard bearer of the Mexican people. Just don't question him about it, because Mikey Vadas will step in and answer for you in that situation.
Yeah.
But this is a good kind of preview for what we'll potentially see coming for San Diego FC against Montreal over this weekend as well. Because you're going to need to start to build that chemistry, or are we going to see just completely new people in rotation? Because we have also seen that from Mikey Vadas' squad and side. But congratulations to the almost 200 people that made it over there from San Diego safely.
Came back alive,
look,
man.
It's
La hinchada de Pumas. They're
that's a real
my brother has almost
group.
gotten stabbed out there going as part of the massacre. Like he had to like run and like hop in a cab with some old lady and say like drive because they were after him post match. They're not nice. Like, I mean, obviously this is an MLS team, but they're an aggressive hinchada.
I mean, I also think that the San Diego FC fan base is a little different from
a massacre. Yeah, 100%. They're probably bigger too.
We see this question right now, and I love that this question is already here. Cisniega, el Tri next international window.
Absolutely not.
We'll get to that because Chiva has some feelings that are probably true about it. 100%. But it was going to be on San Diego FC to defend. I heard a lot of punditry here in the US saying, "Well, of course, you're just going to defend the whole game," and that's like, well, no, you're gonna.
Well, Mikey Vadas said so, right? Like, we're gonna still play our game, but you do kind of have to tackle some games differently. Like, he knew Pumas were gonna come out and full on attack. It wasn't gonna be anything like the first game at Snapdragon. Like, it was gonna be a completely different game, and Pumas came off very aggressive. The first half, they had a couple chances.
Well, did you not hear what the Mexican media said about Efraín Juárez?
To this day, they're calling for his head now. Like, Pumas fans are calling for Efraín Juárez' head, and that's the difference. Like, where Mexican teams don't fuck around with that, they will let the coach go after losing to an MLS team.
Yeah,
that's how
low they see.
Well, no, that's how big these rivalries are between Liga MX and MLS.
Very true. Did you watch them too, then? Did you?
Yeah, I watched it in Spanish. It was a little bit different. There was only like one Chucky mention, a lot less than the last match, but it was still a pretty exciting game. Chiva said earlier this is like one of their worst performances ever. I see it as like all one game, so I don't think I can really say that because like technically it's like a 4-1 win, right? Like
different game.
Or 4-2 win, I guess, but it's a different game technically, but also it's all the same game because technically they lose 1-0. Yeah, they gave them the cushion, which allowed them to perform in the way that they did and just kind of sit back, not really worrying. like not really even try offensively, which is what I felt like it looked like out there.
Yeah, like I mean, again, second match. Yes, it's still early, but Pellegrino is still nothing like that.
He made
Pellegrino.
some big mistakes there.
Like
in this
he hit the
game.
post twice in the first half.
Okay, well, this is going to be a point of contention this whole season until they get rid of Chucky Lozano, which, by the way, I don't know if you've heard the latest of Mexico.
What his brother said?
And what his brother said. Just, like, this is where the narrative has gone in the Mexican media. His brother says in Napoli, he had his issues too with Gattuso and his technical staff. Talking about Chucky in his moment in PSV, also there were issues there. He is rude. He is presumptuous, and then that takes him to absolutely nothing. He gets influenced.
I mean, he has foul language.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people like. He's not a likable person. Essentially,
that has led to that has influenced to really a lot of teams not wanting him.
Exactly, that's the influence of people not wanting him on the squad. So that's where that's your Chucky update, I guess. For right now.
I mean that's not a secret, right? Like Chucky's a hothead and he has a lot of emotions, and he likes to talk smack. And with San Diego FC knew who they were getting.
Yes,
come on now.
But with that, talking about Pellegrino and his opportunities, the thing that's going to be talked about from here on out is, Chucky would have scored that.
100%.
Chucky would have done this.
100%.
Chucky would have done this.
And it's no fault of Pellegrino, but it's
maybe, right? Maybe for all we know, Chucky would have gotten injured in game one. Yeah. If we're really going to go that way.
But that comparison is always going to happen, and it happens in every other team.
And so in the time that they did have some gas, a great ball here to Pellegrino opens up Keylor Navas and he hits the post, right? Like the movement that Pellegrino did, the strike that he did in such quick succession, you see it here opening it up 1-2. That's a great play by inches. That doesn't go in, and people are going to be calling for his head from here on out. There was a second opportunity that he gets that we'll talk about here in a bit. But the comparison already here is being spoken about like, well, Chucky would have done this, Chucky would have done that, and Pellegrino is not worth the shit. It's not worth this. He's not worth anything. Like that's where that's going. But then they're basing it off of this game. But let me ask you the same thing then. What did Anders Dreyer do in this game?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. So where's the criticism there where it goes to Pellegrino?
Because he had an MVP season last year.
Exactly.
Like he did.
Exactly. So
the thing is, Anders Dreyer can walk the walk.
100%.
Like he did last season. Pellegrino had a good playoff run, but that playoff run led to Mikey Valla saying Pellegrino is our guy on that side. And he's putting a lot of pressure on Pellegrino. Remember, he's 35 years old. Yeah. He's not a youngster.
He's not.
He's not. So putting that pressure on him, especially...
But he was the most dangerous player in a game that you lost 1-0.
I mean, this game was just absolutely... Pablo Cisnega saved them.
Yeah, Pablo Cisnega there is my favorite. That's my favorite save that he did that day. The one-on-one just coming all the way down. Incredible stuff. But you can tell like they were gassed, they were winded. If you're watching in Spanish, despite what the lies that the reporters were telling you, because let me tell you, there were a couple of lies. I caught them. They were like, "Oh yeah, no, vamos a hablar con nuestra reportera and let's talk to her downstairs." And then they were like, "Yeah, no, SDFC is a new team that came in. They play in Qualcomm Stadium." And this and the shaming part is that it's actually somebody that's local that should know the narrative. And then the guy comes back, "Gracias, correcto, todo es cierto," and then continue with the match. But they were gassed. That's one thing that for sure was happening. We could see it in their faces. You can see it, the huffing and puffing in the first half. The bursts of energy that they had, quickly died down. This is another one that already everybody's gassed. The counterattack took everything out of it. There's no power in that shot. Like the San Diego FC team was as prepared as they could. Here, a terrible despeje. Pellegrino once again hits the post. Let me tell you about this one. If you see it on the close-up, Pellegrino doesn't hit the post if Keylor Navas doesn't touch it. If Keylor Navas doesn't touch it, that goes out, and it's a goal kick. So
no, it's a good save.
It's a great save.
It's a world-class level goalkeeper. Like
one
now again. Like I think. Look, SDFC came into this game, and the altitude obviously was going to play a factor. I think Mikey Vadas kind of downplayed it a little bit, which I don't think he should have because it obviously made an impact. I think they were very lucky that they played Pumas. It's going to be very challenging against Toluca. But again, this game, they gave themselves the cushion. They got the job done in the first leg. And, if you do a good enough job at home, you survive the second leg and you pass through. Like, they did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
The goal was not to win this game.
No.
The goal was to not lose by 3.
Yeah, and also not completely like die and kill yourself trying to like score goals and completely just throw all your fitness and body into this final game. I think that's a lot of like when you can't finish a counterattack. Like that's because you're up in altitude. Why are you going to go for that chance when you have a game already on the 21st again? They're already thinking about that too. So it's no surprise in the way that they played, and they did what they needed to do. They still got the technical W and are going to advance.
Yeah, I like SD Omar saying like, "Well, who committed the foul for the goal? Pellegrino, right? He's gonna be the scapegoat for that.
100%.
And I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna defend Pellegrino the entire time. The criticism will happen whenever he deserves it. But I also find it hilarious whenever the unnecessary Pellegrino jabs happen because it's like
I didn't even break that one.
No.
I don't think people should take their frustration out on Pellegrino. If anything, your frustration should be taken out on Tyler Heaps and Mikey Vaughn.
100%. They're the ones that made this decision. So, and if it doesn't work out, they're the ones that should be on the hot seat. But yeah, no, like the first half goes 0-0. You're giving yourself going 45 minutes to still survive 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Or do not get scored on 3 goals. An early goal in the second half, though, that puts a little bit
just
of
like, whoa.
to it.
I got excited a little bit. I was like, oh, do we have a game here? Is this
100%,
interesting? Is there
yes.
a like, what's happening? But not,
here's the call in Spanish. It's much better. Just in general, by the way, Apple TV cutting 90% their Spanish coverage. Efrain Juarez thinking there's a chance. Like, yeah,
I'm gonna keep my job.
No, he's like, just like we drew it up, man.
Exactly. Yeah, we knew Pablo Cisniega would do that shit.
I mean, everybody is at fault here who's in the trajectory of that ball. Pablo Cisniega maybe go and be aggressive and get that ball and just create contact before it gets there. It's tough all around. If you really want to, kind of put some blame on it, there's McVeigh, there's Yepe, who's getting muscled off. Who else you have?
It was not really covering anybody.
Nobody. Yeah,
Yepe
was
and
just kind of
McVeigh,
there.
This is the second time that their man marking is not the best. It happened in the first game as well in that first goal. Yepe did the slide tackle. Carrasquilla obviously timed that, but McVeigh lost his mark there as well. And this is gonna be
something to follow.
This is a big season for Chris McVeigh because he had a spectacular season. Nobody expected him to be the best defender last season. And now it's a moment to see how he handles that. Is he going to step up? Is he going to be like the player that he was last season? Because if he's not, then there's a couple other young guys on that bench that will easily take your spot.
George saying like there was a view where number 5 had a slight touch on Yet. Like that's never gonna get called in CONCACAF. There's things that are just not gonna be looked at. But yeah, making it a game out of it. And so you, like you said, Abe, like everybody's kind of like, well, will it happen? Will this not happen? What I tell my keeper's corner is if you're not getting the ball, go back to your line so that you have time to react to the shot. Yeah. And he was kind of caught in no man's land because there was no shot. Like there's no remate. There's no second header. There's no anything for him to react. So it's a change up. Like again, baseball term, you throw 3 fastballs in a row. You're looking for a fastball and you just dip the velocity and goes down. Pablo Cisniega again coming up huge here in the second half, doing what he's been doing, coming out bravely, closing those angles. Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah,
that's as prototypically Mexican goalkeeper as it gets. Coming out brave, opening your body and just being that guy. Here in Ciudad Universitaria, and the pressure kept coming on, right? Like it was a matter of fitness at this point. Can San Diego FC hold on for this period of time with essentially a team that's used to playing in these conditions, a team that's been able to do it, a team that's 3 times champion of this competition, which, by the way, that hasn't happened since 1989, but still 3-time champion. Some pedigree there, a good stop by Keylor Navas as well. Marcus of Varston, is Tomas Angel 2.0?
I don't think that bad.
I don't know yet. We'll see.
Yeah.
In CONCACAF action, we haven't seen anything from Invarson. But again, this is a tournament. Different players play at different capacities, whether it's tournament, whether it's the league. And we'll see developing stories that way. Pablo Cisniega is not going to have a chance to showcase what his MLS account is going to look like until probably game 2, because Duran Free will more than likely start that game this weekend against Montreal. But there was a point where it just seems like, okay, San Diego FC just needs to do good defending, just commit to that defense. And Mikey Vada spoke about it at the end of the game, where they realized like they're not going to be able to do their style. They're not going to be able to do the right to dream way. Another stop by Cisniega here, just traveling the length of his goal and going post to post and making sure that far post was taken care of.
Which, I mean, at the same time, doing this is kind of going back to what Mikey Vadas has said all season, is it not? Saying, like, we're going to still stay true to our style and play our game and attack and attack and attack. Well, you didn't do that. You didn't do that in this game, man. I personally like it because you have to adapt to the scenario that you're in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also backing out on what you've been saying all season. We're going to play our game. You did not play our game. You had 38% possession in this game. That's the lowest I've probably ever seen a San Diego FC game when it comes to possession.
Maybe. Yeah, I do believe so.
I agree with you when it comes to tournament games like this, where you win or go home, you have to completely leave it all out there and make sure that you're going to advance. So it's okay to say 38% possession, fine. We'll deal with it. We're gonna let Pablo Cisniega save everything, and we're gonna advance and go play on to Toluca. I don't think you can do that for a full MLS season, or we didn't see Mikey Vadas do that for the full MLS season. Like, you have to be committed to the way you're playing. Sometimes you're gonna get some ugly moments with CJ Dos Santos. Sometimes something bad is going to happen, but ultimately over the course of an MLS season, they expect it to all figure itself out.
And obviously it's different because it's the first time this team plays a tournament or a game style where it's an aggregate score. At round 1 is game 1, game 2, game 3, and it's a one game and you're done. So I mean, I do like that Mikey Vadas is taking that approach, especially for CONCACAF champions. I think they can be successful. I do think the game against Toluca is going to be a very, very tough one.
Yeah, it's exciting.
But it's really going to put the San Diego FC name on the map if they manage to get through Toluca. Because if they get through Toluca, then it gets a little easier.
Yeah, it gets very interesting, actually. Question for you, Chivas. Is Cisniega a better goalkeeper than Dos Santos based on the games they have played last year?
I like Cisniega better. That's just my personal thing.
That's a Craig Elson one too, yeah.
I think Mikey Vadas likes CJ better. Mikey Vadas loves the younger players.
Yeah.
I think he wants to give him that opportunity. I think based on the styles, CJ's fits better because he's better with his feet, and you can get better at shot stopping. But I don't know. I like Cisniega better.
So what you're asking though is better goalkeeper as a player individually, just that player, or better goalkeeper for the system? Because the better goalkeeper for the system the answer is going to be CJ Dos Santos. He's better at the ball with his feet.
Yeah.
He just is more of the archetype that you are looking for in that play style, starting out the back, being comfortable. Definitely Pablo's gotten a little bit more comfortable in his own ways for the play style as well. But still, if CJ was healthy right now, I think he would have gone with CJ Dos Santos. But that's not the case. And now you have a great performance by San Diego FC goalkeeper Pablo Cisniega, who
I do like Pablo as a goalkeeper better too.
The altitude did play a factor on them playing right to dream, since they kept running around 100%, and it's only going to get higher in Toluca, about 1,000 feet more.
Yeah, if I had to choose, I'd probably choose Pablo Cisniega. It's pretty close though. I don't think there's that much of a difference, but when you take into account the injury and what it's going to take for CJ to get back. It's still going to be a while before I think CJ really takes that starting spot away.
I mean, now that we're on the Pablo topic, like there's shouts for him to get called up to the Mexican national team, and I think that is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay,
no, sir.
I have a list right here. I haven't started it. It just says Mexican goalkeepers.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see how many Mexican goalkeepers Chiva can name off the top of his head ahead of
that I would
Pablo
call
Cisniega.
up to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Let's go with Tala Rangel. Let's go with Malagon. Let's go with Acevedo. Let's go with Alex Padilla. He plays in Spain.
Memo Ochoa.
Memo Ochoa. I would call up Memo Ochoa before calling up Pablo Cisniega to the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I would call up Toño Rodriguez from Cholos before
I was going to ask you about
Cisniega.
that one.
I would even call up Rodolfo Cota before calling up Pablo Cisniega. I would call up Cárdenas from Monterrey. I would freaking probably call up. Dude, there's a bunch of other goalkeepers, man.
So if everything goes wrong with those goalkeepers, then Cisniega would have a
So I think I got 7 or 8 that I wrote down that you mentioned. So at least 8 goalkeepers better than I would agree as well.
Yeah, look, must be a really crappy group if Pablo gets called up. Not that he is bad, but he's very, very little experience.
Maybe in the future, if he performs at an unreal level.
I don't think Pablo starts for any Liga MX team other than Mazatlan, just because their team is shit and they're in their last season and they're not going to win a single game this season.
Yeah,
I don't think Pablo Cisniega could start in any other Liga MX team right now.
Well, he had a good game. He did let in a goal that was.
He had an excellent game.
You know that any goalkeeper would kind of have nightmares of. He had a great game, but I think if Pablo Cisniega was going to be called, it's only because of nepotism and who his dad is in the Mexican Federation. ¿Saben quién es su papá, no?
Doesn't he work for the Federation? Something like that.
That's literally what I just said.
Yeah.
I
saw a post that said.
So his dad was there. Eidevall Cisniega is the renowned Mexican athlete, politician, and business executive. But he is currently.
Look at that. Mazatlan won yesterday.
Did they really?
That's how irrelevant it is. Chivas está en la cima, papá. Hace frío. It's cold.
Yeah, he is the executive president of the Mexican Football Federation. Pablo Cisniega's dad.
And he still won't get a fucking call up. That's how bad he is compared to other Mexican goalkeepers.
Not bad. He's
not bad.
There's where
levels.
He stands.
There's levels, man. Come on. These players have been starting for their clubs for years. There's players that are way younger that are just much better at the goalkeeping position than he is.
Agreed.
Don't get me wrong. He has 2, 3, 4 seasons as a starter.
He's 30.
He's 30 right now. 34. That's still a good age for a goalkeeper.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
He
can make the next World Cup, maybe.
The next World Cup, and he's playing at that level, then maybe. But it has to be consistent. You can't just play the last playoffs of last season and then 2 good games and then get a call up. That's ridiculous.
Andres Sanchez, Ricardo Peláez, he should be called up for El Tri. Let me tell you what Ricardo Peláez just needs to be brought back. And I'm not even. I might meet the guy, and he might be listening. It's the inside the pod that the insiders listen to, on both sides of the frontera. But SanDiego FC nonetheless do pass into the next round. They will face Toluca. Who are the current reigning defending back-to-back champions of Liga MX, not doing as well as they are used to, but they're kind of warming things up. They're
undefeated right now still.
They did beat Cholos Quintles at Tijuana 1-0 this last weekend. So again, if you're paying attention to how Cholos is doing without Gil Mora, Toluca was barely able to eke out a 1-0 win with a goal in the first half. But we'll definitely do more coverage on Toluca as time goes in and time rolls up. I think we'll play some of the Pablo Cisniega audio, and then we will go ahead and go into our Sarape segment here because Pablo was in post-match and just kind of talking about what this meant for him and what it meant to be able to have such a performance over in Ciudad Universitaria against Los Pumas. Pablo.
I'm going to ask you a couple in English. First and foremost, coming up with the result. Not the result tonight, but the overall series. And just tell us what the feeling is and the emotion of going into this next round.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a very hard game to play against Pumas here in the stadium. altitude was a factor, but this team just shows how resilient we are, how we can step up to any challenge. So it was amazing to see how the group responded to adversity today and us the whole night.
For you, first time you played in Mexico City, your place of birth, and playing in front of a lot of family and friends. What was that like for you?
It was very special. It was very special to have the support here of my parents, of my friends who came to watch me. And I mean, like I said earlier, I grew up 2 kilometers away from the stadium. So being here, playing here, my first game in Mexico is very special for me.
And now just speaking into the next round, you got a couple regular season games first at hand, and then coming into play against Toluca. What's the mentality there?
Yeah, we know it's going to be a very tough series against Toluca. They're big campeones in Mexico, so they're a very good team. But we just need to take it game by game, prepare in the league, and then when that game comes, be prepared to face a tough challenge.
Pablo Cisniega, starting goalkeeper for San Diego FC. Even coming back from a suspension, he should be the starter. I don't believe DJ will be ready to go.
What if Duran has an unreal game?
And he's going to hit. Well, we've heard from Mikey Vadas that the competition is very tough in that goalkeeper room. So we may see what we'll see there.
We got to come up with a new nickname for him since he got in the beard.
Duran?
Yeah. Duran the man.
So San Diego FC would play 3 games before facing Toluca, right? Montreal, St. Louis, and then Sporting KC.
Mhm.
That game's March 11th,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, those
Not
are
bad.
games that technically should be wins, right? Based off last season. Montreal should be a
Wow.
win. St. Louis should be a
Wow.
win. Sporting Kansas City should be a win.
Wow. All right. We'll come
Not
back.
that I'm good at predictions or anything.
Do we touch on Apple TV preview / predictions or San Diego? Well, we can touch on it here in a bit, but we'll come back for what happened to the Duran Farid watch intro. We'll bring that back. It was actually, did you remember that?
Duran watch.
Duran watch? Yeah, because it was to the
He's the only
reflex
player signed,
by
yeah.
Duran. 100%. I'll bring that back. For sure. We'll bring back the San Diego FC conversation right after our Sarapa segment with our guests. We'll talk about what's going on down at
The nation.
with the nation, SDFC Nation, Wave as well coming in. So a lot of excellent coverage happening here in San Diego. So we'll go ahead and get to it right meow. And welcoming on from
What up?
SDFC Nation and Wave Nation, Dimitri and Jenny. I'd like to welcome both of you guys. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Good to see you guys again.
All right. So let us know. Obviously, you've been already doing some work covering both teams, San Diego Wave and San Diego FC. Dimitri, we've seen you a couple times, in the press box, moving on up in the world, and just wanted to hear what you guys have coming up here. And I believe, boom, SDFCNation.com, correct for all your stuff?
Yeah. So, long story short, I met Jenny when we were both writing for East Village Times. We're no longer with that outlet. We're kind of doing our own thing. The idea was always get my own thing started. Super grateful for East Village Times for giving me and Jenny a shot as well. So I've always wanted Wave coverage. I'm not a Wave expert. I'm strictly a fan. Jenny was covering Wave for EVT, and I thought she did a great job. And I asked her, hey, do you want to, come on my website and, really take control and be kind of your own entity there and run the Wave website? And she said, yeah. And, she's been doing a great job. We've been trying to find ways to collaborate and, redid the website. Really looking forward to season 2 with more kind of coverage, independent. And Jenny, can you give us your thoughts on the transition so far?
Yeah, so the transition has been a great experience for me. It's really awesome to just be able to focus on the Wave this year and actually give it the coverage that it deserves. And it's nice. I I think Dimitri and I have a similar mindset of the type of coverage we want, where we want to have those in-depth analyses, but we also want to keep like a fan-focused perspective on how we talk about both teams. And it's been really nice to have the agency to do that.
That's great. That's coming in. And again, we like to welcome independent journalism because, again, that's the fun part about it, is the independence throughout.
What Dimitri, what you were saying, man, it reminds me of a time where we approached Abe. I was like, hey, man, how would you like to write on our own website?
Yeah, that's true. I also started at East Village Times and then moved over, but it's been a lot of fun covering it. I know Jenny's been at a lot of Wave games I've seen her there, and it's always cool to get more people out there covering it and like talking about it, just because I think the more minds that are out there, the more perspectives you get, and there's like so much diverse opinion and thought on these different things. I really liked your piece on Luisa Agudelo too, because it's like there's so many like different like things happening, stuff, and there's only so much like thought we could put into all this, so it's always great to have more people covering it.
Yeah, and I've got a pretty cool story. So you know how we were both at the jersey unveiling, and so you know how we saw Tom Penn, and I had a friend that was that approached Tom Penn at a golf course because she's in banking and they're doing the fancy golf outing at the Farmers Insurance. And she was like, hey, I have a friend who writes, covers the team. He has a website called SDFC Nation. And apparently, Tom was like, oh, wow, yeah, I really like his stuff. So he actually reads, independent coverage. And she said that, he was super enthusiastic. So I walked up to him and I was like, hey, I'm Dimitri. I just want to introduce myself. My friend, I heard she said good things. And he was like, yeah, you know what? Like, I'm super stoked on the independent coverage that you guys are putting out. And he was just very supportive. He's like, we need more of you guys, because, independent sometimes go on and do bigger and better things and become, professionals or whatever you want to call it. Because, you guys are now covering the FIFA World Cup. So I'm just speaking about you. Yeah, he was just super supportive, and it was great to hear.
That's good. I do know that San Diego FC and front offices do tend to listen and watch and read independent. But hey, might like your guys because we aren't always as nice as you guys sometimes.
No, I'm very pessimistic apparently.
But for San Diego Wave as well, Jenny, I mean, what are your expectations, not just for covering the team, but just overall, just in a nutshell, what are you expecting from this team next year?
I think we are going to have another sort of rebuild year, especially in the beginning of the season with such huge turnover with this transfer window. I do think it's a good thing because I think we're investing in youth, and at the game yesterday, we saw how good our youth can be when they integrate into the system. I think losing Sheridan will really shake up how our defense functions this year. So that'll be interesting to see if they can actually tighten up that back line. But I'm pretty optimistic. I tend to be an optimist, so I'm really hopeful for this season, despite all of the changes.
And same question to you, Dimitri, for the bedfellows of San Diego Wave at Snapdragon Stadium. Expectations for San Diego FC as they start their MLS campaign against Montreal here in a couple of hours, couple of sleeps.
Yeah, it's really hard to predict this season. I do feel like we're going to have a great season based on the guys that are coming back, based on not starting fresh, guys knowing each other, guys having that chemistry. But it is concerning with the lack of depth. I do feel like we need to sign a couple more players to really feel comfortable. As you know, it's going to be a long season with multiple different tournaments that they're going to be in. So it's really going to test the depth of the guys. Injuries are for sure going to happen. It's just part of the game. So it just depends. It really depends. Can guys stay healthy? If so, we can make it far again, in my opinion. If we start having injury issues or fatigue, it's going to be difficult to win titles with a very young squad, which is kind of like the backups that we currently have.
It's a difficult question, and I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt here to think about it a little bit, even if you want to answer. But I'm going to pose it to our two guests here. Dimitri, will go round robin. Which team is going to do better? SanDiego FC or SanDiego Wave?
Oh, that's an easy one.
Oh man.
Oh, okay.
I'm optimistic on the Wave and everything that Jenny has been writing. We've been kind of following with that, and I think the Wave's actually going to do better.
Oh.
I actually agree with Dimitri. SanDiego FC, they're great, but like the depth is something that you really have to worry about, and every other team knows exactly what's gonna like come at them. And year 2 of just playing the same exact Right to Dream style, I think is gonna look a lot different for a full MLS season, especially without Chucky, Lozano, and having a DP. I think it's gonna really be felt in the Western Conference this year, because every other of the top teams in the Western Conference got better. And then I don't know if I could say the same for the NWSL. I mean, Portland lost Sam Coffey.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City looks a little bit different when they let go of Claire Hutton. There's some moves in the NWSL that I found a little bit questionable. And then some of the new teams are going to be interesting. Like Boston's going to be a little bit more dynamic. I think Denver was really interesting to watch this weekend. I had a lot of fun watching that game. So I think the Wave are going to be a little bit better, but I still don't think either are going to be like top of the table contenders.
Jenny, where do you stand?
Yeah, I agree. I think the Wave has a chance to do better than SanDiego FC this season. San Diego has more games this year than last season, and they have less depth. So I don't know if that's a great combination for them. But with the Wave, I'm really optimistic about all of the new signings and Jonas's tactics starting to stick better with the team this year. So I think that the Wave has a chance to do better.
I think SanDiego FC is going to do a lot better than SanDiego Wave. We're talking about depth. Like SanDiego Wave got rid of half of their team.
True.
Like they lost their player, they lost their legacy goalkeeper. Like, yeah, they replaced some players, but not as good as Delfin Cascarino. Like SanDiego FC still has Anders Dreyer. They still have Yeppe.
You should have seen Ludmila, man.
No, but
I get it.
Lozano.
I get it. Lumila's going to be great.
But Chucky Lozano.
Like, come on. Like SanDiego FC is still playing at the level that they played last season, and they've only played like 2 preseason games. And like SanDiego FC is going to be a top 5 team in the Western Conference this next season. Like, no doubt about that. SanDiego Wave is going to struggle to make playoffs, and this is me being a very optimistic person.
You were high on the Wave last year. That's true.
So I think Wave is gonna have some good games, but I don't see them being consistent. So I think they'll squeeze into the playoffs again. But I think SanDiego FC is gonna be the better team.
Aiden Harangi. No, correct answer is the Sockers guys.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Didn't y'all lost yesterday?
Yeah.
Charlie.
Hey, yeah, no, just broken it.
I'm breaking ankles out here, not the cool kind.
It's terrible.
The cool kind of breaking ankles.
But okay, so the SanDiego FC coverage, SanDiego Wave coverage through SDFCNation.com will be coming up. Just if you guys want to tell everybody where the best place to find this coverage, and I'll go ahead and pull it up here so you guys can plug it in.
Yeah, definitely. So the website is www.sdfcnation.com. And through there, you'll find Wave Nation. And then myself on Instagram, SDFC Nation. And then Jenny, if you want to talk about your socials.
Yeah, so I am SD Wave Nation on Instagram, and then on Twitter or X, I'm Jenny for 619.
There you have it. Well, good stuff coming out, and can't wait to see all of you at these games and start this coverage, because again, it seems like it's as things start to happen. I don't know if you're catching the Matt Doyle drama in MLS. Like these companies and these leagues just don't want to have actual people in these areas, and maybe not asking the hard questions. For sure. But with that said, anything else you guys want to go ahead and and plug, cover, talk about before we let you guys go?
No, I mean, I recently wrote an article on the predicted starting 11. Got some good feedback on that from readers. And yeah, I mean, just wanted to touch on your point again about Matt Doyle. I mean, that was pretty sad to see. I think he's been at MLS, writing for MLS for like 15 years or something, and they let him go. But you know, he's doing his own thing now, and it sounds like he's got a lot of good support there from independent coverage and just fans alike. So, yep, AI is taking over.
It's unfortunate.
Well, hopefully not too.
That's why you got to support independent people like Jenny and Dimitri here, and us as well. I know we're not using all the crazy AI stuff to write our pieces. These are all human stories. It's fun to see all this growing here in San Diego. It's cool to have you guys.
It's the real deal. 100%.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. So check it out, SDFC and Wave Nation, and we'll see you guys throughout the year, and we'll bring you guys on and talk a little bit further about that. So thank you for coming on and making the time, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Support independent, guys.
Yeah.
Wait,
that was, you threw that on us. I
know. I
had a pretty quick answer. If I really think about it, I don't know if I'll agree with myself in a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my gut reaction. Maybe I was just watching a lot of Wave yesterday and NWSL and feeling that in me. But I don't know what that was crazy. Do you really think San Diego? I don't know if I think San Diego FC is going to be as bad as I initially just said.
They're not, dude. Like, come on.
Well,
They have MLS figured out, guys. Like, Right to Dream is legit. I'm just kidding. Like, no, I think they're still going to be competitive. I don't think they're going to win the West. But I do definitely think that they're going to be competitive. And I do think they're not in a rebuilding mode like Wave is. Like Wave is,
they're still in a building mode. If you really think about it, they're no rebuild. They're still building.
But they have something to build off from last season. Wave really doesn't. Like, they lost a lot of key players. So
speaking of supporting independent, if you guys want to support us, Chiba and I, on the road to the World Cup, here's the QR code to our GoFundMe. Help us achieve our World Cup dreams. To help us get over into the World Cup, we're looking, and we've officially applied actually for the actual
tournament.
Tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I heard this weekend as well? Our photographer was accredited and given the portal as well.
Oh,
yeah, Manny.
Really?
Yeah.
Through
himself.
Hell yeah.
Like, stuff. It was crazy.
Nice.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. So shout out Manny, help out the GoFundMe. There it is. QR code. There we go. Support independent. For that, a lot of questions. Raul Jimenez, SanDiego FC?
No. He still wants to play in
Henry
Europe.
Martin, someone said earlier.
Henry Martin, La Bomba to see, like, it's what do you need these people for? Mikey Vadas already told you, like, Marcus and Varson is the best thing since bread. Not even sliced bread. Not even just bread. Like, the first dude that was like bread, yeast, flour, like that guy. And then it was like his next idea, Marcus and Varson, like that, before the slicing of the bread. Well, really there funny. Was a couple.
When I was younger, I thought Jesus was the first one to like break bread, because it's always like breaking bread in the Bible. So I always thought that's where it came from.
That's a. I track. It tracks. Like that tracks. I would love to know everybody's like little things of like, oh well, I used to think this and this and this. Like for me, it always happened with lyrics in English. Like he said, like, what does it say? Oh, I had no idea. In fourth grade, when I was in fourth grade, this is dating myself. Ludacris's area codes actually had just dropped, which is a song that goes, I got hoes in different area codes. As I was learning English, I was confused as to what's going on with all this gardening equipment that he's having issues with, and that he has so many of it. But alas, that's where we're at.
I was seeing comments on saying like SDFC's one Anders Dreyer injury of flopping, but I mean I could use that argument against any other team. Inter Miami's one Messi injury away from not being as good or scoring as many goals. Let's say LAFC is one Mwanga or another player like not being as good anymore. So I think when a team loses their best player, like the team's just not going to be as good anymore.
Well, speaking of the depth, right? It might have come out again. The internet,
it came out.
The internet doesn't forget.
Somebody messed up.
So let's go into just. I haven't used this in a while. That's the reason why our producer joined. The dark side of the Chrome. Well, however you want to put it, they done did goofed. Or not.
Somebody messed up.
Or not.
I don't think this is as big a deal as you guys are making it out to be.
Not,
like maybe somebody's number was messed up.
I'm just
maybe they
facts.
just messed up somebody's number. Maybe someone's gonna get traded. Like,
well, let's look at it. Goalkeepers on the depth chart. You have number 1, Pablo CJ Dos Santos, Pablo Cisniega, and a bearded man.
They're man furry.
The man for
I don't know if I like that or not.
No.
I don't know, but let's workshop it.
Those are 3 goalkeepers we knew.
3 goalkeepers are there. Cool. Let's look at let's start behind. They have more depth here. The place where they have the most players.
That's a lot of players.
A lot of defenders, right? Numbers 2, 3, 4, 5 taken by Willy Kumado, Leo Duru, Andres Reyes, and Kieran Sargent. Andres Reyes, who is not healthy enough to play until after the World Cup. Per Mikey Varas, and he did let us know about that. Then you have 17, Oswald, which I've heard different pronunciations, and I'm going to wait for the sound cloud for them to drop in and say the pronunciations. S-O-E. I heard Sue, like a boy named Sue, for him. So Oswald there. Then you have Eisner. You have Ian Pilchner, who made his debut. Manu Dua, Luca Bombino, Chris McVeigh, and Oscar Verhoeven. Cool. That's your defense.
That's 4 right backs. I think 2 left backs.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get to count. You took it off, but
I mean,
like
when you had the right back problem last season, might as well.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And when some of these left backs and right backs can
which
switch.
means they're doing something good because they recognize the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
more depth,
depth on the back line.
Okay, so let's go into the midfield. You have Vesverskov, your captain. You have Oni Valakari, who's coming on, signed Pedro Soma, David Vasquez, Animal Godoy, and then you have the newcomer, number 21, Bryce Duke, and Alejandro Alvarado Jr. in the midfield. Any surprises here? This is the area where we've heard.
What happened to Luca Del Torre?
Shipped out to the Coachella Valley Invitational. Did you see him out there?
It was women's games on Sunday and then the men's games on Saturday. Original plan was going Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So you don't support men's sports. Got it.
No, San Diego FC wasn't there on Saturday, so I think
it's but that's where Luca de la Torre.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. I would have thought he would have been here at least 2 years, but this midfield performed so well last season that I'm not really worried. But also, kind of like Chiva said about Anders Dreyer, is this team a Jepes Verskov injury away from falling apart?
And, he was one of those players that was there, and you can definitely tell his absence whenever he had to come out due to injury, where the midfield was scrambling. This is, again, the position area midfield where Tyler Heaps himself has said that they're looking for somebody in a more 10 position. Is that Duke? Maybe. That's not going to move the needle. It's not going to Bryce Duke. That's not going to move jersey sales right now, right? Anders Dreyer wasn't going to move jersey sales until you found out who Anders Dreyer really was. So we'll see how this story and season develops with those players. All right, and let's finish up top because this is where there's a lot of questions and a lot of like who's. Starting with the healthiest man on earth, kind of like the most interesting man on earth. Remember those Dos Equis commercials? Like, this is the healthiest man on earth. Marcus Invarson, Lewis Morgan, who is not the healthiest man on earth, actually quite the opposite. He's coming back from an injury, a pretty serious injury. He's your number 9 instead of Tomas Angel, who is nowhere on this roster. Then you have Honors Dreyer, you have Emma Boateng, Anis Saidi, which is the pronunciation that I was helped with a couple of weeks ago. Shout out Brandon, Alex Maiten, or in Spanish, as they kept saying, Alex Miten, and Amal Pellegrino. No Chucky Lozano, which is a stark contrast.
No Tomas Angel on here either.
No Tomas Angel, which is a stark contrast to what is actually listed on their website officially as of now. Because if you want to go and reminisce about the good old days, yeah, I mean, he's still there. Chucky's still there.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's a surprise that he's not on the official roster. I think what is a surprise that Tomas Angel is not on there anymore, because normally there's maybe Tomas Angel already knows that he's not going to be part of the team, but the team hasn't made any sort of announcement that they're departing from Tomas Angel. So I think that's where the mistake was, that they went on with this, but they still haven't made an announcement that Tomas Angel was out. And I mean, that's kind of like a sucky way to find out if that's how he really found out.
Nah, I think he does.
No, I'm pretty sure he knows.
So there has been contact from South America for Tomas Angel specifically. So, you know, like you said, maybe it was just an error and they they didn't use the correct picture that they would have wanted. They didn't look fierce enough in that picture. I only use fierce because I just watched the Netflix documentary on America's Next Top Model. If you're old enough to know about that, then you know that what a phenomenon that was. I would recommend
Tyra Banks?
Yeah,
I remember that because it was on free TV.
Dude, it was on UPN. And I remember I watched it on UPN specifically because that's where SmackDown used to be on Thursday nights. And it was in that same time frame on Tuesday nights. And I used to practice Monday, Wednesdays, and had Tuesday, Thursdays off. So there you go. Insight into my life. Who will be our next DP? Well, your guess is as good as mine, technically. The college kids that you drafted, they essentially just kind of go on the wayside.
Tyler spoke on them a little bit last time we spoke, right? And said that, we're trying to give them a trial, see what the decision is going to be, whether they're like good to sign and stay with the first team, go back to college. At the end of the day, they find the best alternate route, which the same thing happened to some of the kids they drafted last season.
So the window technically in Europe is closed for transfers, but the MLS.
So it's in Mexico.
Yeah,
always loan,
but there is always loans. But I'm looking specifically for where to ship Lozano out. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. So go ahead and bite on that one.
Even the thing with the loan deal, right? Like taking even 30% of his salary, that's a lot of money for a lot of other clubs that they don't want to spend, especially on a player like Chucky Lozano. So it's hard. And I think at the end of the day, like SanDiego.FC just has to take that L and pay his contract while he just sits on the sidelines and goes to the games every weekend, because I'm sure that's on the contract. And, he practices on the side and he trains with the team and he's just there enjoying a very nice vacation.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's kind of where that situation is for right now. Yeah.
I was just saying stuff to the people in the chat saying season's greetings. But yeah, still, I think a lot of our thoughts on the whole situation is pretty much the same. They really kind of just went scorched earth technically on Chucky Lozano. And the nicest way possible, they did go scorched earth on him, just saying, yep, it's not going to be part of sporting plans. We don't really want him here. And now every other team's like, well, we don't really want to pay for him.
Who wants that?
So now you're kind of just stuck in this weird spiral, and you're going to keep him until eventually maybe you let him play or you just kind of just keep him.
It's the fattest L. And I think at the end of the day, next time you get to speak to Tyler Heaps, is paying out his contract an option.
I mean,
I don't know if it's an L unless they suck in the rest of their season, or 2026, 2027, however long his contract lasts. Let's say they win an MLS Cup in that time. I think it's worth it.
Financially, still an L. You're paying a player that's non-existent.
That is true, but at the same time, if you believe that him not playing helps you win and helps your locker room and helps everything, then ultimately I think people would be okay if they got a championship out of it. And I don't necessarily believe that that's 100% guaranteed or even likely, just because of how hard it is to win in MLS, and having a financial burden like that is most likely going to be an L. But you can't say like it's 100% an L until they like kind of completely flop, which hasn't happened yet.
I was just speaking on a budgetary sense.
Yeah, budgetary sense.
Like that's a fair.
It's a DP though, so technically they're probably all just like okay.
So I mean, Juan has a point here. So the contrary, if we don't get a championship, is this an L?
I think so. If you don't get a championship and Chucky never plays a game and you pay him out, then yeah, that was an L signing. Bad move by SanDiego FC / Tyler Heaps. Though Tyler Heaps technically maybe doesn't get the full blame because he wasn't even the real sporting director at the time.
Yeah, he didn't have a chance. He didn't have a chance to say, I don't want Chucky in this project. He was already there. And now, put his foot down. He's like, I don't need him. So I don't need him in my sporting plans. Moving forward, it does leave a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths because they do feel like they just goaded, good word, the Mexican fan base and tricked them and just said marketing. And look at what we
buy
got.
this Chucky jersey. Come to this Chucky Mania event.
Chucky Mania.
We're taking your Chucky away now.
Yeah.
Still come support us. That's bullshit.
I mean,
that's messed up.
Tell me how much.
He's still on the bus that you took to get here.
He's still on the bus. He's also the face of the franchise in most of your merch that you had that was unique / original. Because I mean, I'm thinking about
MLS
that.
Marketing.
The Top Gun one, the first jersey that wasn't specifically like $100, $150 just Art Nouveau jacket for SDFC was just those regular Chucky Lozano 11 jerseys with his signature autograph on it. Like that was selling like hotcakes. So do you believe people have that's okay to complain about? Is it okay? Or is it, hey man, that's just sports? It's your fault for believing it. It's your fault for believing SDFC marketing and Tom Penn and telling you, hey, the Chrome and Azul are going to be here forever, intertwined with Chucky Lozano. He's going to be part of this project. He's going to grow up and his kid's going to be part of the Right to Dream things because he sees himself in this project, just like he saw himself growing up in Pachuca, and it's going to be so great.
It is just sports, but I think it's a cheap shot when it comes to an expansion team. Like, this was supposed to be LAFC 2.0, right? With the marketing of a Mexican international, like Carlos Vela was for LAFC, but Carlos Vela became a LAFC legend. Like at this point, Chucky Lozano is just a ghost for SDFC, which I think they just managed everything incorrectly. And I think at the end of the day, the difference is the Right to Dream aspect of SanDiego FC. I think they need to market that. I mean, they're doing a good job, but more, and just say like, it's not about the names, it's about the project. Which sucks because they did promote the shit out of Chucky Lozano and like got a lot of people to go to watch Chucky. So I mean, I get questions from my dad like, hey, ¿qué pedo con el Chucky?
Yeah, I mean, basically, just going into our regular lives like that. People follow the Mexican national team. People follow soccer, but way before SanDiego FC or San Diego soccer was ever a thing. On the professional stands outside of the soccer 16-time champions. Cool. Yeah.
I think this also goes into like a larger like discussion and thought about how we watch sports and how people care about sports. Is like, do you care about players or do you care about the laundry?
Excuse me, Tom Penn. That's very Tom Penn-esque.
Is it?
Do you want SanDiego to go in front?
I think it's just a broad question that we always kind of confront. And I tend to feel that you tend to connect more. While you do love and appreciate the things that are in your city, in your community that feel part of you. It's the same, like San Diego hat that like Tony Gwynn wore, and then now Fernando Tatis is wearing it. You have that history and it like builds over time. But like the players are the ones that make those colors and that laundry matter, and I think these stories are the things that matter. That's kind of why we like care about this stuff. If it was all just a bunch of robots, we wouldn't really like care. It's those names and the way that they perform and the way that they act and those moments that they can create and stuff. So it's tough when a player like Chucky kind of gets like lost in all of this.
It's no secret. Like, people are fans of players, and Mexican people that live in San Diego have been fans of Chucky Lozano for way longer than San Diego FC. Like, San Diego FC has existed 1 year. When you get a player like that, that's an idol to people like us, because we root for the Mexican national team, and we yelled that goal against Germany like crazy, and we supported when players go to Europe that are Mexican. We're like, hell yeah, we have these players that are playing in the top leagues in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big deal. And you bring him over to MLS and promote the shit out of him. And fans are like, I'm a fan of this team now because of Chucky. Yeah, some people are going to still fall in love with the club and say, well, you know what? It's the club first. But not all fans are like that. So I still think it's a cheap move. But, I mean, it's been over a month now.
And
So,
I don't know if it's cheap because it's pretty expensive.
It is rather expensive to
It's an
pay him
expensive
out.
move.
But either way, he's still part of the team. Maybe not part of the active roster, but he's still, human resources still sending him a check.
Payroll, yeah.
Payroll still on that. So it's not my money and it's not my decision, but it's very fascinating just seeing this from this side of things too. I mean, kind of to your point, right? Like the laundry aspect. Would you care about the name in the front or what's more important, the name in the front or the name in the back? With that Unity kit, which it's not going to matter if the Unity kit is the one that gets worn in the championship match where they end up winning eventually MLS this season, potentially, maybe not. If that's what they do, nobody's going to care about the poor design or the poor attempt at a bigger message through a uniform that Adidas just laid upon you and just try to make it more meaningful than it actually is. It's going to become meaningful if you win some silverware, if that's where you win the supporter shield with, if that's what you go over and have and use that Unity kit in the CONCACAF Champions final, right? And that's what you bring some silverware back. That's when that's going to matter, and that's when prices are going to go up for that. La novela de San Diego FC. You know what? You just gave me an idea for another just stupid intro.
That's gonna be horrible.
Chucky's gonna be a part of Downtown Parade after we win MLS Cup. I mean, technically he gets a ring. If
does he? I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Probably he should.
Does he gets his own float?
Yeah, just he pays for his own float.
Yeah, but no, they're obviously going to be playing for it. But he just like is by himself, like in the back.
I'm actually going to be interested to see how many of the Unity kids have Lozano in the back like that.
¿Qué pasó? How come he's not playing?
The more SDFC wins, the less we hear about Chucky, and the losses that we suffer will bring back Chucky's talk, and that's how social media works. Unfortunately, that's how just soccer and punditry works. Like, it's just a disgusting game sometimes, and these things kind of get hashed out, but new developments happen, and here we are. Like I said, Chiba, a month after, and
still talking about
it. Chucky. And they've actually played two meaningful games, two of the biggest games in their history, and they've won overall, move forward. So interesting times for sure. People got the Michelada kit ready to go. Ahora sí. I gave you that earlier to charge your laptop.
I thought it back to him.
I know. I saw you guys struggling.
I thought Chiva needed it. So
no. Do we think SDFC has a better or worse chance of winning MLS Cup this year than last year? Well, I was on Soccer Wise and actually
asked you that.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I read your thing in SDS in the Daily Aztec. I like that. That was cool.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Daily Aztec.
I think they have a worse chance because people already know what to expect. That element of surprise is gone. So, and then you're lacking some important play.
A lot more tape on everyone, and you're not gonna. I think a lot less teams are gonna be beaten by Anders Dreyer. A lot of the time, especially early on in the season, Anders Dreyer completely took over and teams had no answer. But now at some point you have to all right, man, we're gonna double him. We're gonna take him down. He's gonna get fouled a lot more this season.
Which in theory, because you're covering him more, that opens up space on the left-hand side for Pellegrino and even in Varston to go ahead and get some looks. And again, if that production doesn't happen, and Anders Dreyer is struggling, Pellegrino's struggling, Imbarson is struggling. That's when this discussion is going to come back up of, well, you had somebody that was prolific, that had a chance, that opened up space, that gave attention. And, we're going to be back right back here for that. And we'll be here to talk to you about it. Would 18 Threads still add Lozano by request or not? I mean, I would believe they have to.
Yeah,
right?
they can put anything on there probably. Not anything, but
not anything. But yeah, hey, my last name is Lozano, and I want number 11 because that's my favorite number. And if anybody gets denied that, I'd love to hear about it because that would be crap. But I don't think so.
You could get a San Diego Wave jersey with number 7 on it.
That's what they were saying. Give Morgan the 13 for San Diego FC. Maybe he gets halfway retired with a roll-up thing.
Okay, I think, real quick, they play on Saturday.
They do?
They do.
We haven't talked about that. That's
Correct.
crazy. Montreal. How were you saying it earlier, Chiva? I didn't want to make fun of you in the moment, but
that was nice of you. I picked it up first, and I actually rose above. But thank you for bringing it back up. How do you say it? Who are they playing? Who is San Diego FC playing this weekend?
Montreal.
No, that's in Spanish.
I like that.
And what about in English?
Montreal.
Oh, Club Futbol Montreal.
Okay, cool. But what about
Váyanse a la verga los dos.
It's okay. Montreal versus that makes it sound a little bit cooler. Actually, contra Montreal.
It's French. It's like almost. It's more Spanish adjacent.
Oui. Váyanse a la verga.
Merci beaucoup. See, it's even here.
Okay. Anyways, Montreal this weekend. Any beginning to a season, MLS season, I think a lot of us will say we know what's happening. I don't think anyone knows what's happening.
Nobody knows.
Everyone thought that San Diego FC was going to be horrible last season. End up winning the Western Conference. So, Western Conference regular season. Sorry, but it's going to be an interesting game for sure. It's going to be fun. I'm excited to be here back at Snapdragon Stadium. Sellout stadium? Yeah, I think so. Probably completely filled up. February is a little weird in San Diego. Like it was freaking pouring rain today.
This whole week.
Last week I was at the beach. This week it's pouring rain. So
you can still be at the beach.
You can.
It's gonna smell. It smells here.
It smells like shit. Not your garage, not the studio. Imperial Beach.
This isn't Imperial Beach, but
technically not Imperial Beach, but it's
and
the smell's getting to Chula Vista. And that's a problem.
Oh, okay. Oh,
now it's a problem.
Now it's a problem. It's getting into my city.
It's always been a problem.
Oh, okay.
It's a big problem. Anyways, this weekend, are we bringing back the predictions?
I'm not.
Wait. Okay, so we aren't doing a prediction.
When are you walking?
Week? Oh yeah, Chiva, you have to walk this weekend, don't you?
Not this weekend. I will not be in attendance at this game. Some friends' birthday plans came about last week, so I will not be in attendance for this game.
Wow.
That's okay.
I like to celebrate my friends on their birthdays.
I think that's good. We that does also give us a little bit more time to hype it up and kind of create a little bit more buzz around it, make it an event. Let me know
in the chat if you guys would buy shirts with this. Do I have the logo?
The logo is sick. Travis Peterson made a sick logo.
Shout out Travis Peterson, who also helped design the brand new almost a Yamaha tailgate.
Purple.
Yes, the purple lot, but it's the tent of the match. I believe the tent of the match.
Oh, that's a new.
Yeah, it's a new layer to things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so now they're all going to be like competing. That's cool. That's fun. Now you have to do a little bit different things every time. Yeah,
the Tiki Bar was the ones that came up first.
Oh.
I can't find it. But
my tent of the match is the trolley, because I take you. If I'm going to a game, I would have taken the trolley. But
yeah,
we get parking. So I might take the trolley this week. They said they're only giving out one parking pass. So
I saw that, but did you put yes or two?
Did you already submit your RSVP? I haven't done it, so I'll do
yes and see what happens.
Okay, but yeah, Chiva's not going, so I'll be there in the press box, covering the crap out of this team. I'll be there on Thursday, probably at San Diego FC's media availability. Hear about
there
that
as well.
Cool. Okay. So Thursday there will be sound out of Singing Hills for media availability before this big match against Montreal, a team that once saw the likes of Didier Drogba back in the day, just classic MLS back before they had this crest/logo. Okay, so we're seeing some predictions already. So wait, no predictions this year?
I think I am the champion.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought as the champion, I would be cool and rise above and say, I don't. The champ doesn't need to come back and defend his title. He has the title, and if anyone wants to come take it, it'd have to be beaten at the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't really need to predict stuff. I was pretty good last year.
I'll say my predictions. I'm not going to keep track. If you
Yeah,
wanna
we
keep
don't.
track
Yeah,
of
we
them,
don't have
go
to keep
for it.
track. I think
Go
Chiba
for
lost
it.
his bet. He'll forever be the loser.
Not
And
for
we'll
Wave.
Yeah.
Forever remember that.
Not for Wave.
Always
Of
remember
him
that.
as San Diego FC
Always
prediction
remember
loser,
that.
and
Always.
Tony will be the San Diego Wave loser.
Yeah, I wear it. It's fine. I'm okay
and I will
with
be
it.
the
Not trying to
champion of
deny
both.
it.
But yeah,
didn't
we
deny
could,
it.
we
I said
could,
just
we could,
Okay,
Not
that's
for
enough
Wave.
of you. That's enough of you.
we could still predict. I think this is probably going to be a bit tough, just because you're playing a bit more than these other MLS teams. Maybe you're a little bit more tired, but also you probably are a little bit more connected because you guys have had like full real games against Liga MX competition. So I think probably San Diego FC win 2-1.
Where are these 3 goals coming from? That's very interesting. Which
Yeah.
again, they
I mean,
played
they
against.
scored 4 against Pumas.
So I mean, you see Paul doubling down
Niños.
on that one.
I think SDFC wins this game as well. I think it's a 3-1 win, 2-1, something like that. Let's go with 2-1.
2-1 San Diego FC win.
Yeah.
Okay, starting off the year with the bang.
Oh wait, Durant's playing goalkeeper. Give me a 2-0 win.
Oh, I like that
Ooh.
actually. That's good. Clean sheet for
Clean
the boy.
sheet for
Continued clean sheet
for
because
the
he
man.
still hasn't been scored on considering his last match.
Paul wants some steak cooked by me. Did you see that?
Dude,
you guys
that
see
looked
that?
bomb.
Steak look good.
You guys see that?
That rosemary, I can smell the rosemary.
Dude, I get down.
Yeah.
3 Costco ribeyes.
How much do those cost?
Those
'Cause
are that one specifically. That pack was $77.13. I do not know why I know that exactly to the cent, but $77.13 for 3 ribeye steaks. They were pretty on point. Just saying.
Okay. That looks good. Show the people. Anyway.
I know I'm going to, but you guys.
But yeah, this is going to be
Make
an
everybody mouth
interesting game. I think probably same lineup as we saw in these Pumas games, right? Maybe we get Noni Valakari.
Maybe Valakari starts if he's healthy. I mean, we'll find out
Eisner,
Thursday.
I feel like I haven't talked enough about Eisner. Eisner's been pretty.
He's
pretty
the
good out
starting
there.
right back right now.
Yeah,
Like
it's
he's-
going to take a
he's-
lot to take him out. Not take a lot, but he's definitely seems like they made the right choice with that.
Yeah, no, I
Better
think
than
so.
Verhoeven, not Verhoeven, but
Harangi.
probably better than Harangi was.
I think he gives you a lot more on the attacking end than even placing Ian Pilcher on there.
Pilcher for sure. Yeah.
So I mean, I like what I saw from Eisner in the Champions Cup. So pretty cool.
You guys. Okay, here.
Ooh.
Here's your SanDiego.Futbol steak.
Steak of the week.
Steak of the week. I like that actually. How do I do this? Share screen because it's a window.
Trigger warning to any non-meat
Vegans.
idiots out
Sorry,
there.
guys. Trigger warning. Absolutely got to be respectful. But you know what? More for me. That's such a small picture. Yeah. That's one. Then we go. That's a seasoning, just classic garlic powder, salt.
You overdo it sometimes. Sometimes all you need is the garlic powder, the pepper, and the salt, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, that's all you need. That's literally all you need.
I went a little bit overboard on a pasta sauce that I made this weekend, and it was good, but it was a lot. I could have chilled.
Nom 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 nom. All right, sorry. I'm hungry. I still have some left over. Sorry. That's the sound I make when I destroy food. What I'm gonna do to that steak.
Remember the shake, Tony?
That was me.
When I ate nothing but shakes and I dropped about 100 pounds.
Gained it all. But have you? No,
Excuse you? Excuse you? You know, some people go through real life stuff, man, and
We
know,
all
some
live
people
real
cope.
life stuff. Yeah,
Some people
we gotta
cope,
be
and
nice.
some people,
Yeah.
sometimes bringing the best coverage in San Diego soccer takes a toll, man.
Yep.
Up and down,
Okay.
post matches, covering the soccers, becoming Mr. Football in San Diego isn't easy. I didn't like that. No,
Mr.
not at all.
Football.
Mr.
Not at
Football.
all.
Mr. Football.
El Rey del Fútbol.
All that up and down and still got it all back.
Yeah, I mean,
Crazy.
He can chew his food now.
gotta carry.
Or you got talk some Wave.
Yes, let's do it. Speaking of Costco, real quick. I went and put gas at the Costco in Indio after the Coachella game.
Oh, we're being robbed here.
What? Of what?
Of gas prices?
It was like $3.98 or something. It wasn't like it was
we're at
a lot cheaper.
$4.29.
Are we at Costco? Is that how much? I just get scared, so I try not to look because I know I have to pay a lot of money for gas. So I just get sad. But anyways, it was like three whatever. I actually went inside this Costco. I know you're a big fan of.
Yes,
you're
I've been to that one.
You're a big fan of the regional identities of Costco.
Yes.
So what do you think is the main thing that this Costco would have?
What do I think?
Of like a regional identity, when you think of Palm Desert, Coachella, like Indio, what is their like regional thing that they would have?
I don't know, hydration stuff.
There was a couple Camelback stuff that I saw, but
a lot of Asian cuisine.
Oh, I didn't
in
see
that one specifically. I know that because there's some snacks there. I was like, what? And I can't find them here. And they were very, very regional and like Seafood City, just Costco size Seafood City items. It was excellent.
Okay, well, I didn't see all that. What I did see was a lot of tennis balls and a lot of golf clubs because that is also what they are known for. They have a lot of golf courses out there in the
horse feed
Palm Springs area. Maybe that too. There was a point where at the last game, I was doing a press conference with Denver's head coach, and you could hear kind of like further away, like there was a polo event happening. So you're just hearing the microphone. Oh, and here we go. We got and the horse's name is Victory. Like horses have very silly names.
Yeah, they do. I love.
So every once in a while you'll just hear a silly name and be like, "What's going on over there?" But yeah.
Well, you were over there, so we'll go ahead and talk about it. San Diego Wave. San Diego Wave coming on back because yes, that is true. Wait, what? That was in Texas several years ago. Food court had hamburgers.
This one had an indoor food court. Reminded me of
San Marcos has an indoor food court too.
So does El Centro, but again, El Centro, so kind of have to.
Yeah, it's the desert. It's hot out there.
Yeah. Shout out to Costco.
Shout out to the desert.
Shout out. I look down upon you, Sam's Club users. That I'll just that if I am just incredibly just hard-headed and stubborn about an ideal in this world and just saying you're wrong, I'm very open-minded. But Sam's Club is inferior to Costco. Okay. Period.
I've never been inside a Sam's Club.
I don't think
that sounds like some white people shit.
Speaking of clubs, San Diego Wave FC.
They played the first match of the Coachella Valley Invitational. 10:30 a.m. I drove out of my house around like 6:10. Got there a little bit early. Went to a Dutch Bros. Got some coffee. Got to see the beginning of this NWSL season for San Diego Wave. I believe they've played a preseason game technically, but that's all kind of secret and stuff. But it was a fun, interesting time. Like, here we go, San Diego Wave. It's new. It's weird. One of the first real times where it's like, man, Kaylin Sheridan's not here. It kind of hit me a little bit. I was like, whoa. Like the goalkeeper room looks truly different. Like seeing them warm up, it's like, no, Kaylin Sheridan. That's gonna be a big deal to follow this year.
And that's true because DD Heretic is the one that is the starting goalkeeper. And so a good preseason place to do all these things. That was a good time out there. Saw some sirens that also made the trip. I'm glad that the polo grounds are cleaned up from all the drug use from the concerts and pristine conditions out there. I think somebody mentioned that they were
what?
Picturesque
pitches.
Picturesque pitches.
Look at these. It's cool.
Wow. I mean, we went last year and it was really nice, and the weather wasn't horrible. So
luckily the rain didn't hit. It didn't hit until today because it would have been pretty bad if it was raining out there.
Very interesting. Yes, I did see that it was mentioned here by Felipe Caruso.
She was in like the stands there. Like she literally was in the actual stands talking to people and chatting it up. So there were a lot of if you're just like an NWSL person and want to see people just walking around. It's kind of crazy. Like, you look, Laura Harvey, you got a bunch of scouts. Casey Stoney was apparently there. I didn't see her.
This is also a tough first game. Like, Casey Kern was the best team in the regular season last year. Like, they were the best team by like they secured the Shield like what, like halfway into the second part of the season.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Talking about Casey Stoney, she probably saw you and was like, I don't want to be seen by Abe. I don't want to be seen by that guy. In any case,
she said, as long as it's not Tony, I'm cool.
Yeah,
she liked me.
Is there a question in there?
Is there a question in there? Got her fired, man.
Okay. But anyways, Kansas City is definitely a tough team. They were without some of their like main pieces. We talked about Temwa Chewinga. Corey Bethune technically just announced as part of their team. That crazy blockbuster move. I don't think anybody was expecting that, and they also lost Claire Hutton. But one of the main things I think that like you can tell that elite teams do, or at least like really connected good teams do, is that they're very communicative, and you could hear that, especially here in the Coachella games. They're talking and they're doing this, but not just the players on the field, the bench and the coaching staff the whole time is like, let's go, like just giving that like positive reinforcement, but also saying like you need to move back right here, like this is the thing. And also it's preseason, so you're going to get a little bit more of that kind of coaching up. But they have a new coach with Chris Armas and Latko Andonovski moving back technically into the bleachers. I was sitting right near him, which is kind of crazy. There was like two little kids that like sat like right behind him and were like freaking out. There, oh my gosh,
there he is,
yeah.
Latko.
They took I saw them take like a creepy like soccer picture behind him. It was kind of funny, but I think Kansas City's still going to be a pretty solid team, but they have, I don't want to say a problem at striker, but they definitely need Temwa Chewinga to be their striker, and if not, there's going to be some trouble. I mean, Kira Caruso was brought on as like a trialist / like non-roster invitee, so that kind of says a lot considering where Kira Caruso was last year. Like, SanDiego.Wave decided we don't even want her, and Kansas City was like, well, we could use a player like that, which is like, it's like night and day. Like, I think Chiva probably would have said she doesn't even belong in the NWSL, right? Kira Caruso.
No, she does not. Still, no.
But you were like, oh, Adriana Leon, that's my guy. That's my player to watch.
Was also bad. Was she there?
Okay, so if any Sirens are still watching in the chat, please let me know if you guys talked to her or saw her, because I don't think I saw Adriana Leon yesterday at this game, which was interesting because Kenzad Ali didn't play, but I did see her. So that was interesting. Like, what if Adriana Leon's not here? What is happening? Is she gone? Like, what's that move looking like? Because Ludmila is the starting striker
for sure.
It's not even a question anymore. Like, she is really, really good. She didn't even touch the ball that much, but you could tell Kansas City kind of feared her, and she's like just so fast and on a counterattack. If they can get the ball to her, like I could already like close my eyes and see Kenzad Ali sending like a super long ball down to Ludmila, and she'll just like completely like embarrass a defender or two and then score a goal. Like, she's a really good player, and it's something that the Wave have been like desperately needing. It's just like a striker that you can just like, other teams should fear. They've really, really needed that. So it's a big upgrade in that regard, but maybe other teams aren't going to be as worried if without the Delphine Cascarino. But so far, like, I think just one game, way too early reaction, no context of the rest of the NWSL season. Like, Wave might have upgraded on offense, even with the loss of Delphine Cascarino, which is crazy.
Yeah. A couple of people saying here that they didn't see Leon. Brad Fitzpatrick says that Leon had posted a recent picture of her being in San Diego. Maybe she has a knock and didn't make the trip. But again, that's very Chucky Lozano-esque too.
Trinity Armstrong was there, and she has a season-ending injury.
Yeah, significant. Yeah, very true. That's a good point. But the big thing, and we'll get to it too, the big rumor is Kat Mercario kind of moving into San Diego Wave FC verse.
What do you think, Chiva? You look at me like you know something.
Yeah, because like just 2 weeks ago, you were like, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Well, like, I don't see that happening.
Okay.
And the sources, according to Jeff Suf and Emily
Kale. That's a hard name. I wasn't sure how to pronounce that one either. It's English, so it's like Kale or something.
I'm just going to say, anytime our boy Jeff drop something, 95% of the time it happens.
Okay,
That's all I'm gonna say. Jeff is a very reliable dude.
Yeah, Jeff of ESPN Jeff Kasuf of ESPN is pretty on it with this stuff. But this Kat Macario move is kind of like pretty interesting because like almost throughout this whole process, stuff has been leaking and
everywhere,
sources and stuff. So even when it's like, okay, she didn't sign an extension.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she has an offer from Barcelona. Okay, apparently Barcelona, she rejected the Barcelona offer. Okay, apparently Spanish journalists were saying Barcelona never sent her an offer.
Yeah.
Okay, now she has NWSL interest. Okay, Bay FC are in the mix.
And then
okay, SanDiego Wave are the front runner. We've been hearing a lot from this Kat Macario story. Is this because she's such a huge player and it's going to make a huge impact on NWSL team? Maybe, but is this also maybe just a little bit of a leaky
agents,
leaky clubs, they want stuff to happen, bidding wars.
So many people want this player.
Is she going to end up just going back to Europe? Does she really want to make the move to the NWSL? I think she probably does.
You don't even have to lie to her. You can just say, hey, we're practice where you practice growing up.
That's true.
How great is that? Come on back to your stomping grounds.
You know what it's like. You've seen it. You've smelled it. You've driven it. You've lived it.
You know you want to live back in San Diego.
Yeah, your family
is wild.
What?
Smelled it is wild, but yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it smells out there.
Some places in San Diego have a smell.
Yeah, Chula Vista.
Yeah.
Imperial Beach.
But
sure, I don't claim Imperial Beach.
I do think I think it's a good chance that she could sign with the Wave, but I don't think the story's done yet at all. I think there's still bidding wars happening behind the scenes. I think there's more stuff that's going to be coming out.
I think the Wave play this first half of the season before the summer break is going to have a lot to do with it. I think Macario's going to see Wave playing and she go, this looks good. I want to play in this system. I want to play in this team. Or if they're absolutely garbage and they're dead bottom of the table.
That's a good point.
That's you know what?
I could go to
I'd
Kansas
rather
City.
stay on the bench here at Chelsea.
Or not even that. It's just like, hey, man, there's other NWSL offers. I could go to Washington. I could go to Orlando. I could go to Gotham. Like there's.
I don't know if Washington can afford her.
Well, they just lost Corey Bethune, so technically they can. And high impact players, it's weird. So there's a lot of options out there for Kat Macario. Angel City, she would fit so well on Angel City. But I don't think that happened. But San Diego is probably the most likely option, as Jeff Kasuf said. But I think it's important for us to acknowledge that there are horses in Coachella, and you can hold them. Hold your horses. That didn't work. I thought that would work better. Hold your horses, everyone.
I like picturesque better.
Yeah, but I do think it's likely, but it's nothing's completely complete.
Well, what could Kat Macario do about this then?
It's one of the better deliveries of the bunch. Gets around and somehow squeaks in for a KC equalizer.
Not gonna lie, I've seen Caitlin Sheridan fuck up like that too.
Taking credit, or at least proper celebrations. For
I don't think the
Jones,
absence of Caitlin Sheridan is gonna play
Take a look at it on the
big of an
replay monitor
impact
here,
in the back line, as some people may think.
With Kennedy Wesley back there and Kristen McNabb still holding it down, I kind of tend to agree. But for any time I've talked to another NWSL person about the move, and it's like, oh yeah, well, Didi Heritage is going to take over in that spot. They're always like, ooh. And it's like, really? Like a lot of people are really kind of like they just don't believe in Didi Heritage as a starter.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, I think it's not that much of it's a difference from Caitlin Sheridan, but it's not like a ginormous gap between the two.
Correct.
So I think that's why the Wave made that decision. It's like, hey man, we're saving money. You're able to sign a player like Ludmila, maybe even bring in a Kat Macario. So maybe that's the move. And I kind of agree with you. It's like, it's not gonna.
There was a big hubbub about the competition in the goalkeepers room as well for San Diego Wave. So, and question: how long is Didi going to remain the number one keeper? Because there is a new goalkeeper, Colombian international young player.
But she doesn't have her visa yet, so it's not
kind
a
of
real.
hard to get a visa right now.
Yeah, it is. It's really messed up.
Because the government here sucks and has
a
a lot of that.
She's
no idea.
Yeah.
Especially if you're from a Latin American country like
I don't know.
Colombia.
Half century, wouldn't know. It was. Let me tell you guys. I crossed for the first time. Incredible. I scanned my little thing. I came up to the little
face
to the what is it? Casilla, the caseta, where the border patrol agent is, and he's gonna ask you questions, right?
No questions.
So he's like,
have a good one.
He didn't even look at it. He just waved me through. Like I didn't even get questioned. He didn't even look at me, and he's just like, go.
It's nice.
It was one of the coolest things I've ever done. In any case,
cross once a week with my sentry when I was going to school as a kid, because you're technically not supposed to be able to go to school and have a sentry. So Fridays.
So this country allowed you in to have those things. Okay.
What? I don't know either. Sometimes
we're just like, what?
Yeah, tiene hambre el compa.
Too much steak. Kiki Pickett also playing at right back. I think that was kind of surprising.
Because there's no right backs.
That's also true. I guess
who else?
She's slotting in there. I thought maybe I was thinking maybe Kristen McNabb moves over. They would have let Daniela Arias truly take over the center back spot. Unfortunately, I don't think that's in the future for Daniela Arias this season. It looks like it's still going to be another McNabb Wesley center back duo.
You like what you saw from her?
I did. She came on, and thinking like the 60th minute this time, and actually had some moments, got some like good clearances. I think maybe not as like much moving the ball up the field, but at that point they weren't really like doing that and like high pressing, and they had a lot of the other like, reserve players on, so it looked a lot different. But I think she's a pretty solid option, but seems like they're not going to really need it. Maybe they will now without a Trinity Armstrong, right?
I mean, yeah, they're going to have to, and the player's already there, right? So, easy fix, but I don't know what Jonas has in mind. Were you able to ask Jonas some questions?
Yeah, I think this is me asking him the questions. But,
all right.
It was a little awkward. I don't know. It's
Why?
Game one. I was the only one talking to him in the press conference before. And
the day before, yeah.
So it was just kind of like, hey man, so talk to me about these players. And it's like, oh yep, here's Leah. Here we have Ludmila. She's dynamic, and I don't have a good Jonas side right now.
Yes,
do you guys have a good?
I need to hear it first, and then I can like zero in on it. But Ludmila is
excellent.
Is excellent.
You got the
excellent.
Extra on the little T's, right?
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. I can't. I'm not even gonna try. Like,
as I said to the team, I think it was a good first step. It's great for us to play a team that really brings the intensity to the pitch, like Kansas is doing. So the ideas that we're trying to accomplish really gets tested in a good environment. So it was good to see how the team was learning.
no, I was gonna tell you something.
That's my microphone, by the way. Not my hand, but that's my microphone.
Got it.
Okay.
During the game.
By the way, zooming in does not improve the audio.
I don't know, man.
That it's not going to be a perfect game. There's going to be lots of learnings from that, and there was, and we're happy with that. And now we have a really good week to looking forward to put those learnings into practice.
There were a lot of learnings and to put into practice. But again, very elementary discussions for a team that's played one public preseason match who are coming back together. We saw Jonas and his implementation last year, right? Last year, he had this big campaign to not immediately implement his style of Jonas ball, but he needed the players to be fit enough to be able to be integrated into a certain style in the way that they wanted to play. And so half of the season was focused on these players' fitness and these players being at the level that he needed them to be in order to move forward.
And that was when they were at their best.
It was. It 100% was. And so then you're kind of like, okay, then what happened, right? Did they run out of steam? And then they couldn't really execute that style as well. And when you're learning the style, you're presenting flashes of it. The other coaches have film on that, so they can see the direction that this style is going to lead. So then they can anticipate some things. Not that they did. They were just kind of floundering for a bit. They still made playoffs. It was still a successful season, especially bouncing back from the worst possible year that they had the year before Jonas with Paul Buckle Greatest.
I mean, Landon said the same thing, that this team wasn't fit
True.
to play the style.
Yeah.
So.
And here they are now. So, any takeaways from this that you took that were no?
Not really.
It's preseason. It's the basic answers that you're gonna get. Like, it's the first game. Like, I like what we saw. We're gonna work on some stuff.
Yeah. And I didn't really feel like I needed to ask about any goalkeeper battles or positional battles, just because like I looked at the lineup. I was like, this is probably pretty close to what we'll see opening time. Like probably Kenza Dali's gonna be taking one of the midfielder spots, but other than that, that's probably the starting 11.
Captain Kenza or Captain Wesley?
Captain Wesley.
Captain Wesley. Okay.
He did mention it was like either Kenza or Kennedy. That's who he kind of described as the two main leaders on the team.
They're both captains, but only one can wear the armband, and it's going to be Wesley.
Yeah. I asked the Denver coach kind of about the leadership thing, and he was like, we have like 6 captains. I was just like, okay.
Oh,
man.
okay.
Like,
all right.
Well, problem to have.
Well, if 4 of them get sent off, the game's over. No, it's 5.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's like we have 6 captains, but when Lindsay Horan comes, she gets the captains.
Who?
Lindsay Heaps.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's
my bad.
We cover NWSL here like
I genuinely saw a Denver shirt with that said Horan on it. Like somebody self-made a Horan shirt, which is cool because it's like they haven't even played a game and you're already like they're like, nah, I'm not calling her by that like, GM's name.
No.
Sporting director. Sorry.
Naya Harrison looked good as well. Good to meet her. Get my Filipino vibes with her. Hoping she makes the Philippine national team, which is very possible. Very true. Salamat po.
Yeah. My bad. Lindsay Heaps.
You can check out your writing, Abe. Way too early takeaways from one game of the Coachella Valley Invitational, where you give insights onto not just the San Diego Wave, but you also give insights into the other games that you saw there, other teams. Go ahead and check it out. All for 11.
Yeah.
Baby boys flying away.
Picturesque pitches. It was
you added. I had to like one of your lines is, and I paused when I read it.
Bona fide starting 11. That one I was a little bit annoyed by myself. I was like, should I say something like that?
But despite the picturesque pitches, no. Okay. Don't. I'm not gonna read it for you. Go read it. Go check it out. Abe here.
Yeah, I had a lot of. Yeah, if you read any part of it, check out my thoughts on the Denver game because I thought that was the most entertaining game. Like Denver and Utah already rivalry said andaban peleando. Like it was cool. Like they were just like they were talking crap. Utah was like pissed the whole game. Like that's freaking 26 all the time making that like foul. Blah blah blah. Player had to like come off because she got like hit in the foot from Utah, and then like 10 minutes after that, like another player got smacked in the face. That's like blocking because it's gonna be a cool little cheeky little rivalry just because they're both in the mountains and like you guys are freaking fighting in this preseason. Like why is it so physical? But it was fun to watch.
The altitude, the Alpine
Alpine altitude cup action.
Triple A. Heck yeah.
Triple A.
When are new kids coming? Well, it's probably going to be closer to the home opener, March 14th.
February 26th.
February 26th is going to be when the launch party will be for those new kids, which, look, by standards of San Diego outdoor soccer teams, other than San Diego Loyal, and since their demise, San Diego Wave has been stepping up, and they're next in line for kit designs if you're into that kind of things. So, yeah. Luisa Agudillo's friends already leaked.
Did they? I haven't. We should check that out.
We should check that out actually. March 14th. That is 3/14. That is Pi Day. Season's greetings to everybody joining us here at the tail end of the episode.
That's the day that Tony is planning on surfing.
Yeah,
losing his prediction bet.
Well, I mean, I have honor, and I want to make sure to honor that. And if that's the date that we set, then we can go ahead and do that. But if I can maybe mirror something that my companion would like to do and just back out from that too, I might not do that.
Out of anything, I just can't do it that day anymore.
Well, maybe I can't do it that day anymore, man. I'm
That's
sorry.
Fine. Just select the day that you can, and select the day that I can.
When can you?
I have to look at the calendar, and then we'll make a date.
Heard it's sand colored. All right. I'm waiting here in the background for some links perhaps to this. We're going to do some digging in the back for some of this, but for San Diego Wave, that is when they will go ahead and have their season for sure. At the end of the day, very interesting. Shout out to the Sirens who made it up there. There's no need for poor Tanya to have her recording device going all for it, but yeah. Oh, you want me to share Abe's article? I thought you had the article for. You had the link for the leaks.
Mm-hmm.
You looking for it?
The link from my thing. I'll put it.
We'll find it for that here later in the day. Anyway, with that said, anything else for San Diego Wave, Abe?
No, I think that's about it. It's gonna be a fun NWSL season. I'm excited for it. It's every team's kind of a little bit different, and I think the Wave are kind of committed to their identity. And if it works out, then it works out, and not, then we'll have a lot more interesting things to talk about. I think Jonas stays if they kind of suck this year. Probably not, right?
No.
Where do they go after that?
Where do they go?
Another coach.
Bring back the interim coaches and just have everybody.
I think Landon after the World Cup. I think Landon Donovan's like immediately getting back into coaching.
I think he's making more as a podcaster.
I know, but he's making all the money as a podcaster now. But once he's like over being like the media person, he's like, all right, I'm going to go back to coaching because it's easier or more fun for him. It seems.
Well, my personal friend.
Hi, Tony. Nice to hear your voice again. It's been a while. Hi, Tony.
Got himself a whole Turkish makeover to be on the media side of things. So
yeah, that's true. If you're like back in coaching, every single one of your players is making fun of you for that, right?
I would hope so.
Yeah,
I would hope so. For sure. But all right.
Looks weird.
It's weird because his whole playing career he was kind of balding too. So to see him with hair now is like, what? You didn't even have hair when you were young. Like, it's a little bit thing to get used to. But I mean, if it helps your personal confidence and that's a thing you feel you need to do, then I think people should be allowed to express themselves in that way.
Express yourself. I agree. All right. Anything else? San Diego Wave, San Diego FC at this point? No.
Keep an eye on our socials and YouTube with sound from media availability on Thursday,
Jueves.
And a lot of soccer stuff this week still.
So we're going to go ahead and...
Are you doing the food thing tomorrow? Yeah, Street Soccer USA is having a big opening.
Huge. So this is going to be tomorrow. Free event. Go ahead and check it out. Street Soccer USA. It is going to be the opening of the Adam R. Scripps Street Soccer USA Park. Event is rain or shine. 5 p.m. arrivals, speeches, ribbon cuttings, actual games happening. Chiva and I will be emceeing this event, rain or shine. We've been demoted from playing in these to emceeing.
I might 7 o'clock adult play. I might be able to make it out and get some games in. That sounds fun. Playing in the rain is always more fun than playing
in the dry.
In the dry.
Going back to Coachella, question was asked.
I will not be because SanDiego FC is going to be playing.
Correct.
So I'll be here and covering Snapdragon. I was thinking about it, but I will unfortunately not be able to make it out there. It seems like fun though. I know the Sirens got a little treat from somebody. They found a $15 food voucher on the floor.
Oh, on the floor?
Yeah.
Oh, and it was yours?
I don't know whose it was, but they found one.
Heck yeah.
Glad they got to use it.
I'm
really awkward though. I'm
really?
not like good at like conversating with just people or just, so it's just kind of like I was like, hey, and then I like walked by.
Yeah, no, it was very difficult
very awkward. I can't just stand and be like, hey, how you guys doing? I need to be better at that. I'm just really awkward.
I've been witness to this, having conversations with you at the beginning and being like, hey dude, like,
and I just walk and people think I'm like mean and like apparently have a resting sad face. Is that no, I was like, a lot of people ask me like, are you tired? Are you sad? It's like, no. Maybe it's my face. I don't know. Anyways, I'll try and be better. If you see me out in public, don't feel free to come say hi, and I'll try and be nicer.
Just want to.
I'm. Are you trying to zoom
Resting
in on
sad
me?
face. The first I ever hear that.
My girlfriend told me.
Jesus.
But I asked. I was like, do I look upset all the time?
Do you?
I have fun when I'm here, so I'm pretty
This is you
smiley
fun?
and happy.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, let's go zoom out of there. In any case, yes, regular scheduled everything for this week.
Maniacs talking, previewing San Diego FC's first game.
So this is going to be good question. Is there an address on here?
Horace Mann Middle School, I believe.
Horace Mann Middle School, for sure, for the event for Street Soccer USA tomorrow. We'll be out there, and then I'll be at Snapdragon Stadium tomorrow to preview. What is it? Snapdragon Snacks or Snapdragon Eats?
Yeah, the taste of Snapdragon, I believe.
Ooh, a taste of Snapdragon.
So you're gonna get to see all the stuff that they're
lick the walls.
putting out there. You got. I'm wondering what you think is gonna be the tastiest thing. I'm kind of upset that I didn't RSVP just to like experiencing that, because I think our fans would enjoy that content of just like seeing Tony in action, just like talking with people, talking with the chefs.
Yeah,
watching him talk with the chefs is actually pretty funny, because
I can do like I wanted to do.
The chefs respect Tony in a way that like soccer people don't, because it's like, all right, soccer. Everyone respects Tony from the soccer sense, because like this guy. Hello?
There we are. Whoa, please. Oh, please stand by. Okay.
Okay, Puma. Are we back?
I think we are. There we go. Sick.
Okay, we're back.
That's the address for the event.
Sweet.
Tomorrow.
In the city of San Diego. But yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, food. So yep. The chefs do tend to respect Tony in a way that I'm not used to. So
cool. We're working now. Yeah, so we'll be there I wanted to do an Anthony Bourdain style, just like, oh, this is excellent, and the culture, and like, I can't wait to see what unifying, unprecedentingly unifying food and cuisine I will find at the Taste of Snapdragon tomorrow. So with that said, thank you everybody for joining us today. We'll have a regularly scheduled everything here on SanDiego.Futbol. The best outlet, the People's Pod here, 2 balls and a mic, 316. Remember, you can help us out with our World Cup dream. Be a friend, tell a friend. Here's a QR code for our GoFund Us to go ahead and cover. We told FIFA right now, actually, before the episode, what we're planning on doing. Going to 3 stadiums, because that's all you can do. Mexico City. And our second one was LA.
And Vancouver.
Yeah, hopefully could cover Mexico and Aníbal Godoy and everything, and maybe on Drive if everything.
We're gonna maybe a border town city. We're gonna also cover Gilberto Mora.
Yeah, we are. Absolutely. Thank you for joining, and everybody who's been here. Thank you.
Thank you, Philippe.
We'll be here next week. We'll be for Maniacs. We'll be Soccer's Overtiming. We'll do all the things here on SanDiego.Futbol. Thank you guys for joining us. See you guys later.